Despite not having a great amount of fighting game content on my channel, I'm actually a pretty big fan of fighting games. And for as long as I've been a fan of fighting games, I've always wanted to make my own. But as just one guy with minimal field prowess and the proportionate budget of a Nebraskan high school teacher, that was going to be a steep mountain to climb. It didn't stop me from drawing several different characters and having tons of these ideas, but, and at the risk of sounding like an AI tech bro, drawing something that looks good is hard, and animating on top of that, even worse. And that's where I sort of left these ideas behind, until around the summer of 2023, when, while scrolling through my Steam discovery queue, I stumble upon a diamond in the rough.
Oh man.
Gotcha! Roy 1000 breaths! Roar, you can. No, my. Hold on, brother. 1 second, hold on.
Smack Studio at first glance may seem like your typical platform fighter, or Smash clone if you're annoying, but there's something else that Smack Studio brings to the table that no other game really matches it in. The ability to freely create custom characters and stages. I see where you're going with that. I'm getting to it. Don't sass me. Now, of course, that's not a completely true statement. Rivals of Aether, another platform fighter, famously got the better part of its community through its tens of thousands of workshop creations. So, what makes Smack Studio any different? 3 words. Ease of use. See, Rivals makes the assumption that you at least know a thing or two about animation and programming, thus the creation process is sort of built around that. Is it useful? Absolutely. But only if you have the proper training. Smack Studio lets you build your creations in something called visual scripting, whereas normally you would have to type out every single line of code. You're able to pick between these puzzle piece-like prefabricated blocks of code that you piece together to build whatever you need your character to do. As for animation, Smack Studio offers one unique technical shortcut that I can confidently call its coolest and most innovative feature. The animation rig serves as the backbone for character animation in Smack Studio. It allows you to take any sprite that you draw or even import, attach to these little bones, and in just a few clicks, you have what is essentially a fully posable 3D figurine from a 2D sprite that you just drew. It's kind of awesome! I know this seems like the kind of invention that would give a Victorian orphan an atonic seizure, but the way it works is actually a lot more simple than that. The bones that you bind to each body part are assigned a certain value, and then when that bone is rotated or changed or adjusted in any way, the engine redraws your sprite, changing values based on that angle and using a topographic depth map to alter the width of each piece. This effectively makes animating like 10 times faster, especially since you don't have to change every single pixel on every single frame of every single animation. And what's even better is the rig system lets you freely alter the color or appearance of your sprite, and whatever you change will reflect on every animation you've done. So animating a 2D sprite with 3D bones is pretty freaking cool. That much we can agree on. But let's be honest, in terms of actual pixel art, it's not great. Depending on your preferred art style, the rig system can spit out some really messy redraws, weird artifacts, and other pixel anomalies. But the Smack editor does let you bake the animation so you can essentially draw a reference pose, then go in after the fact and touch up details and things like that. It's not a perfect system, and there is a bit of a learning curve to getting it right consistently, but all in all, it's a really cool and innovative feature, and definitely something that I've had a lot of fun with. What's even better is that Smack Studio lets you export any animation that you make in the engine to use for your own game projects, YouTube videos, whatever you want. In fact, several creators are making their own game projects using Smack Studio for their animations. It's really, really cool to see. But I've just talked about the editor so far. I haven't even gotten to the other part of Smack Studio, the part that makes it truly fun. The game itself.
Oh. Tennis. Tennis.
Oh my God,
Tennis.
You almost got sniped by me.
Do it again.
Oh my god!
Hey, I got a plan. All right, Alright, so I'm gonna scoot you guys over here. Don't worry, it's part of the plan. It's part of the plan. No, it's part of the plan. It's just, hey, listen, Floof. Okay, fine, yeah, that helps.
Guys, stop having fun.
Alright. Caspian, it's okay. So, I got this. Check this out. Alright, ready? The plan is... Do not go any further left, you will die.
It's over, Anakin! Oh,
Do not
okay,
go
I'll die.
any further left, you will die.
Really? Damn it! Okay, I didn't think it'd be that instant.
Smack Studio, as a fighting game, is just okay. I'm not gonna call it better or worse than something like Smash. It's just different. And that's okay. It plays a little bit faster. Certain in-game animations are frame 1 or instant, whereas they would take a couple of frames in other games. A couple primary differences in gameplay: most characters come standard with the ability to charge their aerial attacks. This has been seen before in other games, but only as a certain character's special quirk or gimmick. Here, it's just a universal mechanic. Shields are only effective in front of you, whereas most games it would usually be both sides, or you just straight up wouldn't have a blocking mechanic. Grabs are a little different too, since there's no way to grab pummel or to break out of grabs. Competitively, that does make grabs a little bit stronger. Apart from that, not much is different with the gameplay aspect of Smack Studio. If you're a casual Smash Bros. Player, this is gonna feel pretty one-to-one. I wouldn't even list the lack of any new or innovative mechanics as a con, since you, the player, can put that into your characters if you wanted to bad enough. All in all, the gameplay of Smack Studio is easy to pick up and play, but leaves a lot of room for advanced mechanics if you want to implement them. And while that might seem alienating to the players that don't put them on their characters, it's easy to make entire rosters of characters that are meant to be played against each other, if not the entire rest of the game. Smack Studio is a pretty versatile game depending on how you want to play it, and more specifically, who you want to play as. When you first get the game, you have a decent roster of base cast characters to choose from, most of which share one or two similarities to common Smash Bros. Names, but are unique enough to excel and be fun to play as their own character. My personal favorite is Antagon, this demon guy he's a little like Ganondorf if Sakurai actually locked in and let him be a little bit more than, Hot Topic Captain Falcon. On top of the base cast, you can expand your roster by installing workshop characters. Anything you make can be uploaded directly to the Steam Workshop for other people to download and play. And one of the good things about Smack is you only need Smack. You don't need any other developer tool or any kind of software. You can do it all within the one package. A pro that I would put over something like Framemakers or Rivals of Aether. To play other people's characters, all you need to do is install them off the Steam Workshop. This is pretty standard for other games that offer custom workshop content, but Smack Studio is the only game, to my knowledge anyway, that lets you play against other players without having to have the same content installed. As I said before, Smack Studio is very easy to pick up and play. Now, this does mean there's a bit of an honor code when it comes to what characters you should play against what. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing stopping you from dragging people off stage as the Wii pointer or zipping them off stage at my Jackass with Homelander. That doesn't always mean you should. Do consider, however, that it's really funny.
No, wrong way, Emerald. Wrong way.
Well, I like how you say his name as though you're on like some kind of first name basis. And what? That's neutral B. That's all I did. Wait, hold on. Can I cancel it? Hold on. Okay. I cannot cancel that.
The question is, do you die first or does your enemy die first?
Oh, you know what? That's a good point. Let's see. Oh, no, it just crashes the game.
It's so fucking awesome.
Online play with custom characters is by far the most fun I've had with Smack Studio. Building each of these custom characters, sharing them with other people, getting them to try out my characters and see what they do, and vice versa, being able to try their characters and kind of get a glimpse at some of the talented people in the Smack Studio community. If it's any reason that you get Smack Studio at all, honestly, It's just being able to network with other like-minded creatives. And as far as online connection goes, when it works flawlessly. Smack Studio has rollback netcode, which if you don't know what that means, it basically just means the netcode is good. And Smack Studio feels great to play online. Most of the time. Yeah, it's still player-to-player based connection, so if somebody has bad internet or a bad computer, say goodbye to your ability to play the video game. There's also a myriad of other issues plaguing the game at the moment, desync, sprite corruption, all of these other minor issues that, while none of them are game-breaking, can definitely be annoying after a while. ThirdPixel Interactive, the team behind Smack Studio, is currently looking for a new lead developer to help guide Smack Studio forward. So if you know a guy, or know a guy that knows a guy, or are said guy, I definitely recommend looking into it. There's also one other aspect of Smack Studio that I haven't really touched on yet, and that's the stage builder. Yeah, the stage editor is one of Smack's more mediocre features. It has some fundamental flaws with the online play, seemingly arbitrary limitations, and has crashed more times for me than any other part of the game. On top of that, it doesn't share the character editor's ability to import or export things that you make or want to put into the stage. Now, does that mean you can't make really cool stages? Not at all. People have made some phenomenal stuff with the Smack Studio stage editor. But the creative process for making those stages is a lot more difficult than it has any business being. With that all being said, for $15 on Steam, it's an affordable indie title with theoretically endless content. And despite its flaws and imperfections, I have faith that whoever becomes the new lead developer will help guide the Smack Studio community and its game to brighter days. I happily grant Smack Studio my seal of approval. Hey, thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. If you want to catch my next review, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm also more than happy to take suggestions for future indie titles to take a look at, so feel free to leave a comment down below. It's the best way to let me know that you watched the video. And with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.